So the Panchanga topic has won the YouTube poll as per your wish, so the people have decided. And yesterday we had the nice Sanskrit lesson when we learned that we should rather pronounce Panchanga instead of Panchanga. I've also get to know that half of the words I'm saying in so-called Sanskrit was wrong. The Panchanga means the 5 limbs of time, and this tool, or the whole range of tools, is often ignored in Vedic astrology. But this is very interesting system, and in our school we are using it all the time, even before the actual investigating into the yogas in the chart. So just like we are doing the medical test, we have the morphology, which is more substance-centered, but we also have the spatial-centered studies like doing the tomography. But we are starting with the substance because the blood is going through all the organs, so it is easier to catch what's really going on. Then if your blood studies are not okay, then by the doctor you are referred to further studies of the tomography, or you can go for resonance and so on. So the same thing happened with the Panchanga. We are first doing the substance analysis, and then we are going to something more spatial. But Panchanga is even better because for example, tomography, you have to wait, like in Poland, for 1 year to get even into these real studies or real tests. So here with the Panchanga we can go right away after the analysis to the actual reading of the chart. So the Panchanga scheme is based on the 5 Mahabhutas. These are these 5 prime elements, and this would be the essential oils, the Mercury retrograde, and the full moon rituals. Just kidding. We are here going to this Vara, Tithi, Nakshatra and Karana. Especially these 4 will be very important. The yoga is quite hidden or mystical, and even if you, for example, read the Muhurta Chintamani, the yoga is not so often mentioned like this other 4 limbs of time. So we have the Vara, which is the day of birth. This is showing the fire in your life. We have the Tithi, the lunar day. This is showing the whole water in your life. So all the full moon, new moon, it's all falling into this category of the Tithi. We have the 27 fixed stars. We could say it is related to this Nakshatra. And then we have something called karana, which is like a half of the Tithi. And the Nakshatra is the air element, which is also showing the prana or breath. And the karana is showing the earth, which is related here to the sustenance element. And what is beautiful about this system is that each container of time we can assign a planet, and then we can analyze this planet in the chart, and this will show us the special direction and impact of that particular element in our life. For example, we assign so much meaning to the full moon or the new moon. The whole Instagram was really crazy about it, or at least 1 year ago. And also what is interesting is that on these pop pages you are getting to know that the full moon or new moon, they are very auspicious time. But when we read the real academic sources like Muhurta Chintamani, will get to know that you should avoid the Rikta Tithis often, 4, 9, 14 days, lunar days, and also the full and the new moon. But imagine if someone is born on the day of the new moon or the full moon, then the whole Tithi, or the water boy, or the water in your chart, is really dominated by that specific energy, especially when we talk about emotions, the interactions and culture. So now we can take the lord of that Tithi, for example, for full moon it will be Saturn, for new moon it will be Rahu, and you can take this planet to your chart and see how it is placed, its trend, its house, its sign. Even with the principle of Argala, you can see if this planet is blocked by other yogas in the chart. So when that other blocking yogas are coming in your life, then this specific element can be totally blocked, and this can, we could say, the block or hamper the whole area of life. So also we have to say that most people are ignoring the Panchanga in the birth chart, in the Jataka. They are using it mostly for the calendar, so to say when are the important days for worshipping some gods, doing some puja, or for the Muhurta, to start or initiate some activity. But it's very, very important, essential part of the analysis also in the Jataka according to our school. And what is very important, that the Panchanga is analyzed even before reading of the actual planet in the chart, because that karma is including the nakshatra, which is more in that spharegon of the nakshatras. And when the soul is being born in this planet, it is first going through that dimension, we could say, getting some of the karma, and then entering this bhuva or the solar system, and then the earth. So we have this bhu, bhuva, and sva. So after assigning these primary elements to the specific points or divisions of time, we can now look closer at them. So Vara, it's said to be the fire. It's often associated with the Jatagni, which is the stomach fire. It is showing the energy, but also it's used for the health and longevity, and even sometimes for more things like wealth and even the Raja Yoga. Without the tithi, we are not really able to say anything about the emotions, interactions, and culture. And what is very nice, we can also see how each relationship in the chart is getting or is contributing to that general resources of emotions. So we can even see how the emotions are really divided, or how they are blessing each relationship. And also using that principle, it is very handy to see on which relationship the person is actual. So for this marriage analysis, this is very, very handy. Karana is all about the wealth and status and profession, also education. We can also see that this is an earthy element. So if it's related to water or with the tithi, then we say that the person is blessed in those matters. So Nakshatra is all about the airy element. It is showing the prana. Prana was taken firstly as a breath, but now we can take it on a more subtle level, and is definitely used to estimate or to help us modify at least the longevity. And what is very interesting is that each of these points is different, so therefore it also needs another measure unit. Therefore we are taking it from different reference points. If you enjoyed this video so far, please think about subscribing and also hitting the like button. You're really making a difference that way. We have 2 videos coming up every week. We have also the questions and answers. We are going through the exemplary charts, celebrities, clients. We have a Jyotisha commentary to various issues. So if you like the Vedic astrology, if you want to learn this beautiful science, then you are definitely in the right place. And now let's go back to the video. So one rule we can share for now, rule of the similar or Elliott tattva. It means that if you have element in the fiery, it's good if it's also in the fiery association. For example, if your Vara Lord is Mars and Aries, it's good because all these elements are related to fire. But if this is the Tithi Lord, then this association of fire is not the best, because the water and fire elements are not really aligning, are not in the compatibility. And therefore this is very interesting, because now the one yoga may be blessing you for the areas ruled by fire, but may not be so good for areas ruled by water, like emotions or relationships. Also important point here is that if you have Vara, which is the fiery element, and you have Tithi, which is watery element, so if they are loaded by the same planet, or if lords of these elements are in one house, if they are in the conjunction, then this may also not be the best way. Then we are talking about the dosha. Then it's either bad for relationship or for energy or health. Then we can analyze this further to get more details about what's going on. So let's see today's consultation example. We have a chart of Pisces Lagna, and we have a Mars Varesha. So Mars is loading, the person was born on Tuesday, so the Mars is loading, and Mercury is the Titesha, it's loading the Tithi, person was born on Dvadashi, and they are in the one house, in the 7th house. And for dual Lagnas, the 7th is not only 7, it's also Badaka. So when malefics are there, they are triggering the negative Rahu. So it is showing the negative house or negative side of this Badaka. And it's true, the person went through both health challenges and also through our relationship challenges. And this is also, this dosha is contributing to this problem. So when I saw this, I first asked, are you suffering from some kind of inflammation in the region of face? And this person admitted very in the shock that yes, I have this ongoing gum dental inflammation. So this dental may also cause from this Jupiter and Rahu. According to Jaimini Upadesha Sutra, these plants together may have brought this dental issues, and we see this yoga is also in the 10th house aspecting the yoga in the 7th house. So we also see that the relationship between the 7th Lord Mercury and Venus is not the best, and this is very important because the 7th Lord primary karaka is Venus, and this has the special role to play, and this is to give us the Venusian type of emotion. So if there is a relationship but there are no satisfaction from this side, then this may cause ultimately the dissatisfaction, which may lead to affairs or separations or ultimately the divorce. So we see here that we have this Panchanga dosha, but also the relationship between the 7 and Venus is not the best. So this caused also the divorce, and also the health, as we know, was not the best. But still the person was married in Rahu Mercury, and the Mercury is of course the 7th house, but that would be too easy. In Rashi, what we really need for timing the marriage is the 12th house, and Mercury in the own house is giving the effects of Rahu, and Rahu being the 12th Lord is, we have connection to the 12th house. And the separation was in the Venus, Antardasha, so Venus is in 6th. This has to be there also in the Navamsha. We have Mercury at the time of marriage with the 7th Lord, right, in the 2nd house, and Venus is an own sign, so we have to see its Uchanata. Uchanata of Venus is Jupiter, the 8th Lord. So also we see how the Navamsha is always very vital when it comes to confirm whatever we find out in the Rasi chart. So we can see how Panchanga is very important to give us the initial findings we can then explore more with more detailed tools. So now you can see in your chart how they are placed, how they are giving you this blessing, how is fire in your chart, the water, the earth, and also the Nakshatra. Now you are also having this primary, the essential rule that the fire has to be with the fire. So you can get all those important planets, and you can see with which planets they are placed and in which signs, and also if they are strong and if they are not blocked by the Argala. And this will give you the initial morphology, we could say, of the chart, and by this you can know if any areas need more investigation. And that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you get some nuggets here and there. Thanks for watching till the end and being here with me on this channel. If you'd like to get your chart analyzed, the Rasi, Navamsha and Dashamsa in the context of health, relationship and career life with the timings and remedies, please hit me up in the email below and we can schedule the consultation for you. And click the thumbs up, you really make a difference with this single thing. And subscribe if you'd like to see similar videos in the future, and see you in the next one.